We're casting a line in some of the most beautiful lands in the West today on At Your Leisure. I'm Chad Booth. Ria and I are in Duchesne County for a family adventure that will make you want to get off the beaten path.
Plus, we're going to go to a malt shop that brings you back in time. And from there, Steve Human's going to take you on an adventure that is closer to home than you would expect.
Finally, Reece hikes to the top of the world and discovers wildlife that is quite a bit bigger than he expected to find.
At Your Leisure is next.
Hi everybody, welcome to At Your Leisure today. I'm Chad Booth.
I'm Ria Booth, and we are here with Ryan Lundstrom in Pole Creek, which is up in the Uintas in Duchesne County. And if you haven't been up this direction, I highly suggest it. It is heaven on earth.
I would agree with that. It's beautiful up here. I spend a lot of time up on this meadow, fishing, taking photographs, and just enjoying myself.
Now, I would consider it's an obvious place to fish because it's called Pole Creek. I guess that's for the fishing poles, right? That shows my inexperience. I know I'm going to get emails about it. I know they're called a rod and reel, but that just shows my naivete. So can you give us some pointers on how we fly fish? Because I've only done it at the boat show before.
Fly fishing is what I primarily do. Is a lot different than lake fishing. You got to have the correct equipment.
If you haven't done it before, you can get some kind of beginner kits at your sporting goods store that has the fly pole, a reel, and the line, and some flies. And then go with someone who knows how to fish, and you'll be surprised how fast you can learn and enjoy it.
Where there's small streams and still water, you have to be a little bit careful. You can't tromp around and wade out in there and expect the fish to stick around.
Some call it the grand slam of trout. You can get a brown trout, a cutthroat, a brook trout, and a rainbow trout. You can fish for all those and catch them too.
Have that nice bright orange on the bottom and the spots, the red spots.
I never realized how beautiful they are.
I'm just in love with the Uinta Mountains. I've been in the Uinta Mountains ever since I was a child. I love fishing, especially the streams. What I like to do is I like to get away from people. I've been known to go places, and if I see a footprint, I go somewhere else.
If you go up Uinta Canyon, it's about half an hour north of Roosevelt, and it's really a pretty canyon and great river.
Pole Creek area's got several nice little tiny streams. A lot of people overlook the small streams, and you can have a real good time on small streams.
You get up there and the river is, again, it's clear, sparkling, a lot of rocks, and when you can spend some time there and enjoy the wading in the water, I mean, you're ready to tackle work again once you get back.
Okay, there's a legitimate fish on the line. Took a lot of work to do. I got a lot of help, but it's kind of fun. You're not much of a mouthful. Anyway.
He's beautiful.
We're off to a start. Now you got some basics down. Let's find out about some of Utah's diamonds in the rough, and they don't have gills.
Thanks guys, I'm Stephen Human. Now normally I don't start my travel adventures in front of a building, but today's a little bit different. This building is the headquarters of probably the greatest state park system in the entire world. Now here in Utah, you're probably familiar with the national parks like Zion and Bryce, but you may be a little bit less familiar with the state park system. And if all you know about are Zion and Bryce, well, today it's time you learned a lesson.
Everybody loves state parks. And you'll say, oh, I work for state parks, and they'll say, I love them. Our state parks are awesome. And the next question is always, what's your favorite? And they always come up with Zion and Arches and Canyonlands. And then you focus them in on, no, we're talking about state parks, those are national. And then they'll come to their senses, and they know the big ones. They know the Bear Lakes. They know the Utah Lakes, they know the Antelope Islands. And then you find out where they live, and they don't realize that they've got some phenomenal hidden parks in their backyard.
Fred Hayes has a natural love for Utah state parks that goes all the way back to when he was a kid growing up in Duchesne. Now, as director of Utah's park system, he is able to bring new eyes to the 43 venues across the state that feature everything from pristine water to history that rivals any museum in the country. The Utah State Park System, which is a division of the Department of Natural Resources, began in 1957 with 4 heritage parks like This Is the Place Monument and Camp Floyd. Today, parks dot the state and offer activities of every type, from ATVing the sand dunes of Coral Pink to wake surfing East Canyon. But some of the lesser-known parks offer things you would never expect and afford moments you could never plan for.
Some of my favorites are the ones that I've worked at. Some of those are little places out in the middle of nowhere. Red Fleet is amazing. We had the Paddle Fest at Red Fleet State Park this weekend. People don't know about it. I'm surprised at the number of people that I talk to who have driven to Flaming Gorge for years, and they've seen the sign to Red Fleet. They don't know what's there. Escalante is awesome. Escalante State Park is a petrified forest that if you're willing to hike a little bit or even just a few feet, you can see petrified logs from millions of years ago. Down in that same part of the world, the Anasazi Indian Museum, the Anasazi State Park, is phenomenal, has a great collection, and people don't realize it because it's way out there. Territorial State House, the oldest existing government building west of the Mississippi, is right here, smack dab in the center of Utah, and people haven't been there. And there are stories that go along with that building. Well, I'll wait until you get there, and then you can hear the stories direct from the folks down there.
Some of our Utah state parks are off the beaten path, to say the least, but most of them are actually incredibly easy to find. The Frontier Homestead is right on Main Street in Cedar City. Red Fleet and Steinecker are 2 minutes from downtown Vernal, and Camp Floyd is just outside Eagle Mountain south of Salt Lake. Plus, there are parks for every taste. Want a day of quiet history? The Fremont Indian State Park and Museum is for you. Looking to hit the water in a new environment? Check out Millsite. Need to push your quad to the limit? The Jordan River OHV Park has what you need. With so much diversity and beauty, many of Utah's parks stand shoulder to shoulder with some of the most well-known attractions in the world.
We always claim that in any other state, some of our state parks would be national parks. I mean, think about the grandeur of Antelope Island State Park. Almost any place else, that's national park quality. Dead Horse Point State Park is national park quality. I had a guy tell me the other day that when he goes down to the Canyonlands area, he goes to Dead Horse Point. He doesn't mess around with Canyonlands or Arches because Dead Horse gives him that same view. It's less crowded and it's easier to get to.
There is another aspect of Utah state parks that sets them apart from their national counterparts, though. When you go to a Zion or Arches, you're there really to take a lot of pictures and not much else. The experience isn't really there for the most part. When it comes to real adventure, you need to look elsewhere. Lucky for all of us, you don't have to look very far.
We want you to bring your mountain bike and go for a ride. We want you to go for a hike. We want you to go down to Goblin Valley State Park and climb on the goblins. We want you to come and do things. And there are 43 of those areas that are just waiting for everybody to discover. Come see and do things in Utah State Parks.
More adventure than you can possibly imagine. All you have to do is go out and search for it. You can find out more about the Utah State Park system at stateparks.utah.gov. All the information is there. And if you start now, you and your family can have the most spectacular summer that you've ever experienced. For At Your Leisure, I'm Stephen Human. We need to take a commercial break. When we come back, this week's product review.
It's all new from the ground up. New rack system, new LED headlights and taillights, new chassis, and new improved ergonomics. Introducing the all-new Arctic Cat ATVs. Filthy, clean, fun.
You go through the day-to-day repeating what you did yesterday. Don't you wish you could access that piece of your life that's missing?
Take a moment to find it at Cedar Breaks National Monument, where June 4th through the 19th we'll be celebrating the 10th annual Wildflower Festival. Every summer, Cedar Breaks is treated to a spectacular display of wildflowers of every type, and visitors are invited to enjoy the show. Hike along trails that lead through the bloom and end at overlooks that will inspire and amaze. Find out more at cedarcityayl.com.
Back in 1946, the business started as a used car operation. We took on the RV business, and we've enjoyed the trailer business so much. Our goal is to make as many people happy as possible. I enjoy when they come in and they let me know they're happy. And if they're not happy, I want to make them happy. I'm excited about it. I think we have a lot of inventory out there to show people. We got some great employees. I want to sell them on what we're here for, and it's all about service.
Hi, welcome back to At Your Leisure. I'm Darren Kinder, and today our product review is the brand new Can-Am Outlander 6x6. Six-wheel drive, you can go anywhere with this bad dog. Come on, let me show you how cool it is. This is a really cool machine because if you got to get out in the field, you don't want to tromp down your hay, or if you got some swampy area, this machine can really go through it without having to leave a big footprint. Even though it's a big machine, with having the 6 tires, it really lends itself to sitting on top of things. But there is Saturday when you want to go play a little, and it does that very well also. Obviously, the Outlander 6x6 was designed to be a workhorse. You've got big racks up here so you can tie on boxes, gas cans, throw a bale of hay up here. It also has a big front push bar on it. This machine has a little utility box on the front, has some tools in it, also carries your winch controls, your remote winch control. So you come around here on the side, it's got aluminum wheels with Carlisle tires on it. Each of the tires has got a drivetrain to it. So you've got 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, and 6-wheel drive on the machine. Now this is very similar to a normal ATV where you've got your gate shifter up here, your high, medium, and low. But over here you can switch it from your 2-wheel drive to your 4-wheel to your 6-wheel drive. One thing Can-Am has done is they've added these different keys to the machine. So this particular key is designed to go a little bit slower, but there's also a different key that is built for higher RPMs and one that's built for a lot more torque. So you can really adjust the machine by which key you stick in it. Now one thing, this is a dump bed. It's quite large, especially for a 4-wheeler, and all you have to do is pull that lever, that releases it, and it basically goes up on its own and dumps out your material. And as you look back here, you can see that each of these axles back here got a full independent rear suspension on them, drivetrain on both sets of axles, so even if you get down in that really mucky, marshy stuff, you've got all 6 wheels turning for you and keeping you out of that stuff. And so the other nice thing about a 6-wheeler is that you're displacing that weight. So it's not digging down near as much as you would on just a regular 4-wheeler. Now one thing you'll see, you have this big bed here, the tailgate drops down, but check this thing out. You got this rear storage compartment on it that you take this off and you could literally put bodies in there. That thing is so big. So it's got a lot of room to be able to carry different items. If you need your shovel for irrigating or tools or whatever, that's a great place to hide. Full hitch and a receiver mount here in the back to add a whole lot of accessories that go with this machine. Well, if you'd like to check out one of these Outlander 6x6s, get into Weller's brand new showroom up in Camas, and they'll be glad to show you how cool this really is. I'm Darren Kinder. We'll see you next time.
Introducing the newest member of the Yamaha off-road family. It thrives in the most remote, rugged terrain. It never steps down from a challenge and travels long distances in search of adventure. The all-new Yamaha Wolverine. It's a whole new animal.
Above the beautiful Heber Valley sits a state park that offers some of the best water recreation in Utah, Jordanelle Reservoir, this week's featured Utah State Park. This gem of blue is nestled among the green hills of Summit County and is one of the most beautiful destinations in the West. ski and wakeboard through the coves, paddleboard from the marina all the way over to the dam face, or rent all types of aquatic equipment to fill out your day on the lake. Along the shores of Jordanelle are two distinct recreation areas, Hailstone and Rock Cliff, which offer a variety of recreation opportunities. Spend a day or weekend picnicking, camping, boating, or hiking at either or both destinations. Jordanelle is located on U.S. Highway 40 between Park City and Heber. Utah State Parks, adventures for everyone.
Polaris is riding into summer with unprecedented savings across the world's best off-road lineup. Save $800 or more on 12 models, including $1,400 off the best-selling Ranger XP 900, $1,000 off a revolutionary Polaris Ace, $900 off a legendary Sportsman 570, $800 off the high-performance Razor XP 1000, and get financing as low as 1.99% on everything.
Look at that. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. You know, for an ADD kind of guy like me, the Uintas actually end up being really good, Ryan, because when you've had enough of the stream and your limited success there, you can go to the lake and have your limited success here. And this is called Hidden Lake, I believe, isn't it?
Hidden Lake, yes.
Tell me exactly what is available here beyond just fishing. If somebody wanted to come up in the Uintas and spend a day here and you were like me and you said, okay, this is enough, then what?
Well, obviously a lot of hiking.
Yeah.
We've got such beautiful areas that you can just go and park your vehicle just about anywhere and start hiking. Through the trees, there's lots of meadows. You'll go up a little bit of a climb and then you'll find a shelf. Then another little climb and then a shelf. So it's really easy just to walk.
All right, very quick, a checklist if you're going to hike up here, what you should bring with you.
Definitely bring insect repellent.
Whoops, don't count that particular shot, that was bad, okay. Insect repellent?
Definitely bring insect repellent. Even though we've had a wet spring, the mosquitoes are really bad today. There's always standing water in the Uintas, so you'll always have some mosquitoes, so definitely bring repellent. Bring sunscreen. Even on a cloudy day, you'll get sunburned up here. Just because the air's so thin. Bring a water bottle, definitely. There's plenty of water up here to find if you need it. Definitely bring some snacks. Also bring a long sleeve shirt. It's hard to get in trouble actually out here. The roads are clearly marked. It's easy to get to where you're going.
The reason Ryan is smiling is because I just hooked my lure on the end of the pole when I cast. So I'm just being honest here. So anyway, we could be fishing here forever, and we've seen a lot of terrain today. But you know, the West is full of terrain, and you don't have to go very far for it to get completely different. Take a look at what Reece Stein has found in our Trailhead Adventure.
I'm Reece Stein, at your leisure, on the Wasatch Crest Trail. Now, it's a popular mountain biking route, but it also makes for a great day hike. John Muir said, of all the paths you take in life, make sure a few of them are dirt. And one of my favorite dirt paths is the Wasatch Crest Trail. It runs along the 9,000-foot high ridgeline separating the Wasatch Front and the Park City area.
I used to ride up from town, but now I get a shuttle. But it's a wonderful ride along the crest, not too rigorous.
Like many cyclists, Doug Cotter likes the smooth, undulating trail he can access from Park City, the canyons, Big Cottonwood, or on even-numbered days, Mill Creek Canyon. It's perfect for bikes, but also great for hikers. We like to get an early start from Guardsman Pass at the top of Big Cottonwood. We leave a second car at Big Water at the top of Mill Creek, which opens July 1st. Built for bikes, the trail switchbacks down through a large stand of Quakies above Shadow Lake. And in 2013, we watched these two young bulls feeding just a few feet below the trail. The first mile drops some 500 feet to Scotts Pass. At 9,500 feet, the low point of the hike. From Scotts Pass, we get our only uphill. It's about a quarter-mile long and only a couple of hundred feet, but the bikers have a name for it, Puke Hill. Puke Hill is a bit of a grind, especially at elevation, but the wildflowers in July and August are abundant and a great distraction to the climb. Take a breather at the 9,800-foot hilltop and enjoy the views of Brighton, Silver, and Twin Lakes. The trail wraps around Scotts Pass, past the communication buildings you can see from the canyon road below. For the next 5 miles, the trail rolls along the ridge, alternating between wide-open tundra and groves of aspen and pine. Throughout the summer, the trail is lined with fields of alpine aster, brilliant yellow daisies, and Indian paintbrush in both red and pink. A morning jogger catches us at the Forest Service boundary, which reminds visitors of restrictions in Big Cottonwood Canyon watershed. Desolation Lake emerges in the glacial cirque below the trail, a great view into Big Cottonwood Canyon and the halfway point of our trek. Above the lake, the roughest part of the trail, a gnarly downhill called the Spine, a sharp fin left when 2 glaciers ate away at both sides of the ridge, a real challenge for mountain bikers, and one of the main reasons I carry hiking poles. Safely down the Spine, hikers have a choice.
You can continue down into Big Cottonwood Canyon and Mill D Fork, or branch off and go up over Dog Lake and into Mill Creek, or do like we're going to do, continue on the Wasatch Crest Trail to Mill Creek.
And no sooner did we start up the trail than Bullwinkle appears and interrupts his breakfast to note our passing. 6 miles and 2 ibuprofen to go, and more color marks the crossing into Upper Mill Creek Canyon. Mid-July to late August is prime wildflower season at these high elevations. Because Mill Creek isn't part of the city's watershed, dogs are allowed, and on odd-numbered days they may be off-leash.
Just beautiful. But we come here because we can bring the dogs up here too. So, you know how it is with a dog. You gotta exercise with them. They keep you active too.
Rob's brother Scott is visiting from Oregon.
What do you like about it?
I like the quakies. They're my favorite tree, so it's kind of a treat to see them. I don't get to see a lot of them in Oregon.
Horses are also allowed in the Mill Creek drainage, but not in Big Cottonwood. We like to hike on odd-numbered days when we don't have to battle with bikes on the Mill Creek trails. A new route down the north slope of Mill Creek is the shortest option to the Big Water trailhead. Upper Mill Creek is open to vehicles only after July 1st, and there is a small fee to enter the canyon, but it beats turning around and heading back to Guardsman Pass. It took us a footsore 6 hours to do the 12 miles. Reece Stein at your leisure on the Wasatch Crest Trail.
Polaris is riding into summer with unprecedented savings across the world's best off-road lineup. Save $800 or more on 12 models, including $1,400 off the best-selling Ranger XP 900, $1,000 off a revolutionary Polaris Ace, $900 off a legendary Sportsman 570, $800 off the high-performance Razor XP 1000, and get financing as low as 1.99% on everything.
People might tell you it's 300 miles out here, but remember, it's really only 30 miles back.
Get out and enjoy summer. Paris RV makes it easy with Utah's lowest prices in over 350 RVs in stock. Like the 2015 Rockwood 1940 tent trailer, just $7,995 or $99 a month with zero down. The 2015 Retro 155 XL, only $14,995 or $159 a month with zero down. And the 2016 Attitude fifth wheel toy hauler, now $43,995 or $335 a month with zero down at Paris RV, 4360 South State in Murray and at parisrv.com.
Welcome back to At Your Leisure, everybody. We're out here in the wilds of Duchesne County, and we are in the second oldest mountain range in America. Did you know that?
No, that was a new fact I learned today from Ryan, that the Uintas, behind either the Alleghenies or the Appalachians or something like that, is the oldest mountain range, which is why it's so round and kind of basiny. But that makes for some great outdoor fun.
Oh my gosh, the views are spectacular here.
So this is the
Gorgeous.
list. This is the list we've covered so far today. Okay, you can go stream fishing. If you get tired of that, you can go lake fish. You get tired of that, you can hike. You get tired of that, you can ride ATVs. If you get tired of that, just hop in your car and drive some of these Forest Service roads out here for these most spectacular backdrops. Then go back into town and eat something really yummy, which sounds like a really good idea.
Let's go.
All right, well right now, while we make our way to a place to find something yummy, find what yummy things Darren Kinder has in store with this week's contest winner.
Our contest winner this week is this white Ford Ranger with the old school AYL sticker on it. It's license plate number 491EAF. Congratulations.
Thanks, Darren. So call us at 801-947-8888 because you have just won a family 4-pack to Fast Carts, where you can put the pedal to the metal and challenge each other to a test of skills. Now, we have one more event to remind you about in Price on the 4th of July. It's Energy Days, and it's an awesome carnival with fireworks, strongman competitions, and free hot dogs. Find out more at castlecountry.com/Energy Days. Now, let's take a look at next week's show.
All right, well, in 7 days, Chad and Ria are celebrating Independence Day on the water at one venue that is warm, offers plenty of activities, and nobody knows about it. We'll tell you where it is. Then we'll follow a group of veterans as they return to World War II and show how you can do the same. We're celebrating the 4th of July on AYL in 1 week.
Well, next week's show looks fantastic. Well, we are here in Roosevelt, Utah at Marion's Variety and Malt Shop. And this place is so cool. You talk about old-fashioned. They got burgers, they got malts, they got pies and cakes, and it's all homemade. And this place is so cool because they sell little novelties and just really wonderful things from the past. It's a great place to bring your family and just have some comfort food.
This is an ideal place to come. And I'm sorry, Chad, I almost called you Marty McFly, because when I walked in the door, this was definitely a big step back to the future. How does it feel to run a good old-fashioned hard ice cream milkshake and malt soda fountain?
You know what, it's been a pleasure my whole life. I grew up in the business and I couldn't wait to take over when I was finally able to take it over. I've had it for over 20 years now and I'm still loving every minute of it.
So I do want to talk about the UBIC.
UBIC?
What is that?
UBIC is our town fair. It's the Uinta Basin in celebration. Starting the 27th of July, we start our week of events. Followed up on Saturday night, we'll be doing Jason Michael Carroll will be in concert along with Outshine. Concerts are free in the park. You can go to ubic.info or contact the Duchesne County Chamber of Commerce.
There you go.
There you have it. Great weekend. Come out here, get a room, stay for a couple of days, explore the area as we have done today, and enjoy a free concert and fireworks. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. So, between now and the next time we get together, remember our motto, which is there's adventure around every bend, but you won't find any of it sitting on the couch. Get out there.
Come on
Have yourself a malt.
Find out more at Utah at stateparks.utah.gov. Standing on your tippy toes isn't fun. It's kind of embarrassing standing here in flip-flops and standing on my tiptoes.
Hi, I'm Chad Booth from At Your Leisure. I hope you just enjoyed the YouTube video that you just watched. Now, remember, we come up with new videos like this every single week, so you might want to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss a single story that we have out. Now, you can also share us with all of your friends on social media. Here's how to do it right here. And that way, they can have fun too. If you want detailed information, we of course have our website, AYLTV.com, and from there you can find out which television stations we broadcast on, so you never have to spend a day without your fix of family-oriented outdoor recreation adventure. Plus, don't forget we have really cool contests.